Welcome to RVing in New England, the nation's only forum that puts you on stage with some of the biggest names in the RV industry. And now your hosts, John DePietro and Bob Zagami.
Bingo! Welcome everybody to RVing in New England. You're still a little bit blurry, John. I don't know what you got over there camera-wise. We are ready to go with RVing in New England. I'm probably going to have to juggle it around the order tonight because Sheri is having some trouble connecting. So what we'll do is we'll show your video first.
But before that,
yeah,
let's tell people, let's let our audience know what a devoted host we have in that. What were you doing this time last night?
This time last night, I was
sitting.
Huh?
Where were you sitting or laying?
I was laying on the operating room table at Physicians Regional in Naples, Florida, my cardiology group. And I had, and it was a planned thing. It wasn't unplanned, but it was a planned cardiac catheterization.
And what do they do?
Well, I had a 90% blockage in my right artery. And
Which you didn't know until after.
Well, they didn't know. Yeah, you never know until they open you up. And then, but if they don't open you up anymore, so everybody don't have a heart attack.
It's not a good analogy to use.
No, the catheterization was to remove, free up the blockage and put in 3 stents. But the amazing thing, if you went back 10 or 15 years ago, they'd call it open heart surgery and they'd slit you from your tonsils to your toes and spread you out wide. This was unbelievable. They went through my wrist, and here she goes. They went in through my wrist. Okay, you're all set, Sheri. I've got you. I'm going to put you back down for a minute, though. So, anyways, that's a nice way to treat your guest.
I got you, but I'm going to put you down.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, thanks for joining, Sheri. We'll catch up to you in a minute. What was amazing was there was no anesthesia. I was awake to the whole procedure. They go up through your vein or an artery in your arm up to the heart and do all this stuff. And I'm wide awake and I don't feel a thing. I don't feel anything around my heart. I don't feel them going in. And I was awake enough to talk to the doctor and the nurses as he performed this procedure. And I went in at 12:30 and I was back home by 6:30 and felt fantastic afterwards. And I feel like $1 million today.
Were you watching it on a monitor?
I wanted to. They had a 4x6 monitor across from the doctor, but unfortunately, at the same time, they have a lot of lights and they are moving an X-ray machine around because they're doing X-rays. So I couldn't watch it. The resolution must have come from NASA. It was unbelievable. So it's kind of like a little bit of human, a little bit of robotics. So he was up there watching, playing around with the TV, cleaning out my heart and taking care of everything. And I'm talking to him and I'm talking to the nurses and it was surreal. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Absolutely amazing. And here you are. You texted me from the goddamn operating room table last night saying, can you call Sheri because I'm running behind? And
I was tied up at the moment.
So I called Sheri and said, hey, Zagami just called me from the hospital. He's a little tied up right now. I want to come on the show tomorrow night. And, the fact that we gave Sheri 24 hours, that's in our world, that's long range planning.
I don't know anybody else that we've asked over the 8.5 years that we asked with less than 12 hours notice, and she will always drop what she's doing and come on the show.
Yep.
That's why we call her the first lady of RV rentals.
Yep. So Sheri, if you can hear me, tell me when you come on. What are they building just up the street from you by the FedEx building? There's big construction going on. I keep wanting to call and ask you what's going on, but I'll ask you during the show. So
maybe it's the Buc-ee's.
Yeah, it's a Buc-ee's. Yeah, not enough room for that.
Hey, before we jump into our guest, you sent a video along. Tell us what it's about.
Well, I was just checking the map here because I've seen a lot of pictures on Facebook lately of people that were attending the balloon festival down in Albuquerque, which was October 5th through 12th. But you get a lot of residual photos. And RVers love going to balloon festivals for some reason. And when you see this video, you'll know why we loved it. And in mid-September, we went up to the 53rd Adirondack Balloon Festival in Glens Falls, New York. And as Jay Leno would say, run the tape.
So it's not quite 5 in the morning. And hey, there I am. Another reason to own an RV. When you're going to a balloon festival, they let you in at 5. And people were already lined up at 4:30 to get in. This whole runway, the runway we're on right now, it's going to be filled with cars by the end of the day, but we were able to grab a front row, and secondly, already brew our first cup of coffee and ready to make breakfast. Another cool reason to own an RV.
It
That's
was
fantastic.
somewhat amazing.
Loves flying balloons.
It's the first time that I've ever been to a balloon festival, and we've been to that one 5 or 6 times. But they took off and landed in the same spot. Now you say, how can you do that? Well, when they didn't leave the night before, this was on Sunday morning. They didn't leave the night before because the winds were too strong. The winds have to be under a certain speed. But
Yeah.
they went up 300 feet and then went south. Okay. Then they went up another 200 feet and the wind took them back. Then they went down and the wind took them south. So there were balloons landing in the parking lot. Some were landing in the exact same spot that they took off from. And if we have any balloon festival people here in the group, you'll find that it's very rare.
Well, let's see who we have in the group. Dante is here. Now he's getting close to leaving. Or man, Dante, aren't you supposed to leave today? Don Hawes is here. 79 degrees in Athens. Well, it's 85 degrees in Naples. Bernie Colleton. Bernie's going to join us later on and talk a little bit about his travels these days with his videos. He's in Nashville, New Hampshire tonight. Don says, he's toasting my drink. Oh, he's toasting me for my so-called bravery tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
I mean, yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
You going back to do it over again?
We had something from Roy. I thought Jim Roy said he had it. He says,
yeah,
hello.
he did. Look down.
Okay, it's coming down. Okay.
Yeah.
I was tough as nails. Just heart surgery. Just a skip in the beat, Bernie. Dante says he's praying. I'm drinking. You can pray, but I'm drinking. I had the same. Oh, there he goes. Same last. Jim says he had the same procedure last year. Okay. And beautiful photography, John. And Dante says, change of plan, waiting for the hurricane direction.
And we were supposed to leave at 3 o'clock today.
Yeah, come on, Dante. It's a hurricane.
Yeah.
It'll be tropical storm if you ever see it on your way down.
We were supposed to leave at 3 o'clock today and drive straight to Ocala, Tampa area. We had all our reservations. Yeah, me. And then I said, wait a minute, we got that trip to Italy coming up in a couple of weeks. I said, if anything goes wrong, I don't want to get stuck down there. So we're going to put it off until after we get back from Italy and go down there and get it down. But, that's the beauty of the RV is that you can be where you want, when you want. Unless there's a hurricane. Dante, I commend you for checking that out. Zagami's the guy that says, we're going to stop on the way back from Maine to Florida, and then ends up driving the entire distance with only stopping once at a rest area to grab a couple hours sleep.
What the hell? Hey, we got some challenge for our fans these days. I don't know if you folks have been paying attention to the post about last week's show. 26,100 views. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's close to 26,200 views, and that I think we can attest to the quality of our guests. Not that you are not quality guests, but these are technicians, and they know a lot more stuff than us common folks do.
But Bob, look at the audience that we have right now. Okay, you look at the quality of the questions that were being asked last week. That show was 100% over my capability to understand what the hell they were talking about. But our audience, I think Walter was on with us last week, and they were just asking questions.
We had our biggest live audience last week also, and it was all around. It covered several topics, but the one that I think caught everybody's attention, regular fans and fans that have seen the additional post or sharing it. Somebody did something. I think it was the information around the ground monitoring interface that's going to be put in RVs. So we're trying to coordinate a show with KOA and one of their representatives to give the campground view of it, and hopefully that'll be within the next 30 days. In the next 4 weeks, we will plug that.
You know what? You've teased it a little bit, Bob, but tell people what that is. What that GMI thing is.
Well, it's a device that's going to be put on all new RVs starting late in 2026. And they're going to go to campgrounds and they're going to plug in, and they're going to find out that the campground pedestal wasn't plugged or wired appropriately, and they're not going to have any power because it will not connect to the power coming out of the pedestal. And
minor details. What do you need power for?
Details. I mean, at the very least, every campground has to do a check to make sure they were wired properly. And then if they're not wired properly, there's going to be a fix in the training program that Mike Sokol's putting together.
Yep.
But let's not delay here because
let's bring on the first lady.
The first lady of RV rentals in the Northeast, maybe in the country. You are a great warrior, Sheri, because you never say no to Bob and John.
Of course. I could never say no to you guys. You guys invite me. It helps me.
Yeah. Well, look, Sheri, what's going on up the street? Forget the show for a second. What are they building up there?
3-story storage, self-storage.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you.
Another mini storage facility?
Another one. We got one down the street, but they want to put a triple decker up the street on the corner of FedEx Way up there on Pine Hill Drive.
Who's doing it?
That's what's going up.
John, what's that got to do with RVs?
Well, nothing, but Sheri lives next to it.
Yeah,
right next to her lot.
We got Uncle Bernie in the green room, and he's eating up all the lobsters and steak.
Yeah, I heard somebody. I heard a lot of noise going on. But when I talked to Sheri yesterday, I said to her, "Well, the show is about this GMI thing," and she said her and Bobby had talked about it. But Sheri, it's not about that. So we're just going to talk about rentals.
Talk
And
about the the opportunity.
That works.
Now that we're into the fall and tailgating and trips to Florida, how's your business holding up here with the a little bit of a shutdown in the government, a little bit of crazy economy? How you doing?
I mean, that doesn't really matter to us. We got, let's see, a tree fell on a house, so that's a good rental. That they're in that. She's in that until her house is fixed. Another one.
there's a couple months out of that one.
You're not
Yeah, a
talking
couple
a
months on
weekend.
that one.
Yeah, but you're not
And then
talking a
another one-
weekend or a week, right?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a little while. And then another one, the railroad came in and said we got to raise the bridge, and his house is on the other side. So they said you got to relocate for a couple months. So he's relocated, and he's staying in a trailer, relocated, and that's going to be a couple months.
Is the railroad company paying for that?
You betcha.
I thought so.
Through the
And
nose.
we set it up so that the corporations can pay us directly, the insurance company or the railroad can pay us, so the customer can just settle in and not have to worry about it. So that's where all the difference. It makes it easier for them when we can deal with the people paying it directly. Other than that, we had a couple units go to Gillette, and we've got
That's gonna
our
pick up,
regular.
Sheri. That will
What's that?
definitely pick up. As the Patriots start winning, that will definitely pick up.
Yeah, but they're playing home this week, and I haven't had any calls.
Oh, well, but it's the first time home in a while. First
Exactly.
time home in a month.
Hey,
Exactly.
Sheri, what's that background? Family birthdays?
Birthdays.
So I got all the birthdays. We got all
You
little
gotta-
hearts. Every
you gotta
heart
put-
is a different member of the family birthday. So all I got to do is look at the wall in each month and see who I'm missing. Then that's how I can remember. It's the only way. The
Okay.
kids did that for me.
Now,
Well,
Zagami,
That's
Zagami might,
a nice background, but look at my background.
I like your background. That's my
it's
lot.
It's full of
It's a
RV
lot,
rentals
right.
and sales.
now, one thing that Zagami may not be aware of, Sheri, is that yes, when people think RV rentals, it's for leisure and fun, but you've had, whenever the bad weather comes, the electric company, the power companies come in and rent the big ones and use them as mobile offices. And I know up at Fitchburg Airport, you had some business up there for 2 or 3 years.
It was 14 months while they were
Yeah.
building that hangar. But
Yeah.
that was pretty good. We had 3 units up there backed up to the tarmac with one person in each unit. And it was supposed to be a 2-month and it ended up being 14. So
Yeah.
they work out, and it's just like when we do the outages, depending on how fast they can get it turned on, or they want us to drop them off early and then nothing happens, so we go pick them up, and we still have that time that they were there, so that works out. We've had a lot of 2-day rentals. People are taking it for 2 days.
2 days.
I don't know how you can learn anything.
Where can they go for 2 days?
Well, one is just going up the road to Air. Another one's gone to they've gone to New Hampshire. They've gone down to Foxborough. Whoops, sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, she got a
Hey,
Okay,
it just
rental.
goes to show you that people still call at the stupid hours. Okay.
Well, wait a minute. You sure that's not Bobby?
No, he's over next to me here. He's watching TV.
Hi, Bobby.
He says hello.
Oh. So,
Well,
yeah,
speaking about
2 weeks.
Bobby, no, wait a minute. Speaking about Bobby, you guys have been a great pair and co-founded Fuller RV Rental. How long have you been doing this stuff?
We just started our 42nd year.
Wow, that's
Yep.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
amazing.
Sheri just brought something up that I need to share this story now that I know that Bobby is there. A couple of years ago, I had the pleasure of driving one of the big diesel units down to Rhode Island because there was a big coastal storm coming. So they ordered 2 units from us, and I drove down, and Bobby drove down, but he hauled his Ford Explorer behind it, so we had a way to come home. Okay. Folks, let me remind you one thing. Do not ever take a ride as a passenger in a car driven by a NASCAR driver. We made it back from Rhode Island in record time, and we made it around that corner when you're going up 295 to 146. And we defied the laws of gravity because he made that turn at about 65 miles an hour with the speed limit saying 30. Since that time,
yeah, but he knows all the cops. It's okay.
Yeah. Since that time, I've only driven with him once. What's all that noise?
Is Bobby printing maybe behind you?
No, okay, listen, you either have a humidifier going or a dehumidifier going. So we're in the time frame of the dehumidifiers going, because in another month we'll have the humidifiers going.
Well, can you shut it off for 15 minutes?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Hold on.
That's a powerful one that she's got there.
No, Sheri, you were supposed to look around at Bobby and say, Bobby, can you go shut off the humidifier?
He's asleep by now. He's asleep now.
He's not.
We have.
He's reading. He's reading.
All right.
Randall Murray has joined us.
Who?
Mr. Murray has joined us.
I put that up there. I flashed that up there to let people know that the infamous Randy Murray, who was part of the show last week and created enough interest to get it to 26,200 views. That's insane.
Amazing. Don Clark is not going to like that.
No, he's not.
He's going to get
I mean, people are going to have to work really hard to break that record. I mean, that's an insane number for our show, certainly, and many others on the internet.
So, Sheri, last time I talked to you when I was there, you were prepping some units for people to go out west. You had a lot of that long distance stuff during the summer, didn't you?
We did. I mean, we had Sturgis, we had Yellowstone. Huh? Yeah, Sturgis, and that was supposed to be a 10-day and ended up being 14.
Well, that must have been an expensive trip.
Yep, it was kind of a last minute. There really wasn't a lot. Maybe 2 weeks. And they towed a trailer out with like 4 bikes. So, but they made a 14-day out of that. Then we had Yellowstone.
Sheri, wait a minute. You got a rental unit that holds 4 bikes?
No, that they towed a trailer, basically almost the same size as the motorhome. And
they towed a trailer. So they rented a motorhome.
He towed a trailer with the 4 bikes in it.
Oh, with the bikes in it. Okay, yeah, because you don't drive out to there.
Well, don't forget we had the Outlaws, but we sold the 2 Outlaws, the C and the A. So we don't have those anymore.
Oh, those are gone. Those toy haulers.
You're not going to bring any more of those in. It looked like they got a new roof design on the A unit.
But the thing is, they weren't good rentals because the sale price is so high, so the rental rate is so high, so they go out very seldomly, and the size of them intimidates a lot of the people.
Yeah, they were big.
Yeah,
they were big.
39 foot, but the thing is, you look at the height and you're saying, "Oh my God, what's going to happen?"
Yeah. Yep. How about your tailgating activities?
I mean, I did send a couple down to Penn State. For a homecoming, I believe. And then I sent a couple down to Foxborough. I think those are the only homecomings. I mean, the only tailgatings that I've had so far this season.
Interesting. This season, are you seeing a different demographic with a different requirement?
It was a weird year this year. I mean, at the beginning of the week, we'd have like 2 or 3 going out. By the end of the week, we had 10 to 15 going out. So people are booking the same week. They're not booking 2 weeks ahead, 2 months ahead. They're booking on Monday to go on Friday.
Interesting.
But I think a lot has to do with the weather. Okay, we had all that rain.
Yep.
Also,
what rain? What is rain?
Also, people had their healths. You know, I mean, look at yours. So they book, and then all of a sudden something happens and they got to change of plans. So that's why they're waiting last minute to do it. I did book one going the beginning of November. They're doing a week or longer down to the Outer Banks with the parents who love to do the RVing, but they try to incorporate like either a cabin or a house for a couple nights, and then the motorhome too. They're 85-year-olds. So that's, I mean, they texted me, they are going to book. We've got the Black Friday. The rental malls booked their unit for the police to stay in, and while they're on the weekend. This is the 4th year they've rented, I think. So that's worked out pretty good.
Where's that?
That's a good idea.
The Rentham Mall.
Rentham. Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's a good idea.
That works out really good. I'm getting the Thanksgiving inquiries now. Again, nobody's booking ahead. We're not in November yet. We're not at the week before Thanksgiving. So I think people trying to figure out what they're going to do for the holidays. Are we going to so-and-so's? Are we not? Are they coming here? Do we need to get some extra sleeping? And that I just had one, they have people coming the end of November and they need extra sleeping for like 8 people. So they asked about a trailer. That was in Marlboro. They want to bring a trailer just for one day, one night.
Sheri, what about, right now, the dealers have just come off. I don't know if you went out to Elkhart open house or not, but there was a tremendous number of new destination trailers that were introduced, and one of them is like 45 foot long and almost 2 levels. It's crazy what the manufacturers are doing with destination trailers. Now I know you had a Cottage Crest years ago. Have you gone back into that market at all?
Well, we had that Salem villa that we sold, and I think the guy just sold it. We had delivered it up into Maine, and that was a 42 foot, actually almost 43 feet. So, I mean, that was a handful. We picked that up in Ohio and towed it back. That was quite a handful.
You didn't let Bobby tow it back, did you?
Yeah, he towed it back.
He towed it back. Oh, okay.
In one day, he made it back.
The truck made it back, and the trailer made it back. We're good.
At the same time? Did they make it at the same time?
Yes, they did.
Oh, okay. All right, that's good.
So we haven't been out to the open house since 2019.
Oh, wow.
Actually, we haven't left the state since 2019.
Oh, wait a minute, but you got something coming up soon, right?
We do. We are actually doing a family vacation.
For the first time in how long?
I would say probably since we started building the business. So since we went away for your birthday. Yeah, 2 nights.
What's he piping in?
Bobby's contributing to the conversation.
Okay, we do the birthday weekend down at Normandy Farms. It's 2 nighs. So the kids bring their trailer, we bring a trailer for our daughter, and then we bring a motorhome, and we stay down at Normandy Farms for 2 nights. But next year we're doing it for 3 nights.
Well, you can still answer the phone there, so it won't make any difference.
Exactly. Yeah. So the trip that we're going on, it's actually the first time we've gone away in 20.
Is Matt not going?
Matt is going.
So who's going to run the house?
And his family's going. We're going. Our daughter down in North Carolina is going.
Wait a minute.
Meeting us there.
Wait, time out. Who's going to run the shop?
Okay, so the guy that started in May, I think he's going to oversee. It's only 4 days. And one of those days is Christmas.
4 days, you probably have 100 phone calls.
Well, that's going to have to be with me, and it's going to have to go to voicemail until I have coverage.
Okay.
Wait. Don't you have a cruise?
I don't want you. Hey, I don't want you canceling the family vacation.
Don't you have a cruise coming up?
That's what it is.
Oh.
But we've got the Wi-Fi. Got that Wi-Fi package.
The Wi-Fi package.
Good luck.
It's not bad. I mean,
Sheri will she'll be at the all-you-can-eat buffet, throwing down crab legs. And hello, Fuller RV. Hello, Fuller RV.
No,
Bobby will be running go-karts around the outside.
That's the ship.
On the ship.
Yes,
that's
the Joy. We're going on the Norwegian Joy with the go-kart track.
Come on, are you serious?
No, they
I
are.
didn't
I'm
know that.
serious. That's why I picked that boat. So
That's
we had
why.
the go-karts.
That's why they have it.
And that's further proof that we don't know what we're doing when we press the button at 7 and we have no idea what's going to come out of our mouths.
Right.
No, that's why we're doing that. But while we're gone, I mean, it's Christmas night we leave and we come back on the 30th. You know, it's during school, it's during basically vacation. So whatever's going out has already gone out, and when it comes back, we'll be back.
So
Yep.
that'd be a slow time. Yeah, probably a good
Exactly.
time.
Well, a
Good
lot of
time.
That's a
dealers
good time
close
to
that
do
week.
it.
A lot of dealers just close up that week.
I know. So we're not totally closing up. We'll have stuff for 1 or 2 people to do.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
we
all.
got a few minutes for your segment, Sheri. Any last minute comments? I certainly want to tell people how to get a hold of you.
Well, we have plenty available. We're up to 60 units. We're actually over 60 units to choose from. They're always available. We can do last minute rentals, and they can go anywhere you need to go. And again, we've had people transporting. We had somebody take the grandparent to a wedding, and they changed where the wedding was. It was only going to be 3 hours away, so that they don't have to travel 3 hours, and then the bride and groom had to travel 3 hours where they were going to have the wedding. So they literally drove down, went to the wedding, turned around, and drove home,
Well,
so that the grandparents could go.
yeah. Well,
And you
and
can
that
get
is that's
Check out
issue.
the
That-
site at fullerrv.com and get all the rates to every unit that is on your lot. And you see
Exactly.
what's behind me is some of the units on their lot, right?
Yes, that's pretty much a good bulk of the units that are on the lot. There's
Good.
a lot of them. I mean, as I said, we've got 3 out right now, so that's not bad.
All right. Sheri, want to thank you very much. Any last comments for our fans or questions or what?
Look me up. We have plenty to look at, and what's really nice is you can stop at the lot, walk on through them all, and nobody has to follow you. You've got the brochure, gives you everything that you need to know, and you can ask questions at the end, or if you just get in your car and go, that's good too, and go home and talk about what you want to do.
yeah.
And
Or
that's directly from the first lady of RV Rentals, who is sitting next to the second gentleman of the RV Rentals.
There you go. And don't forget, you can do a try before you buy. Take it for 2 days. The rental gets applied to the purchase if everything works out, and you have free lifetime storage should you need it.
John, you had a last comment.
no, I was going to say, or if they show up while I'm there getting mine in or out, I'll always go over and answer a few questions from people, because it's amazing the number of people I mean, that's a pretty busy highway that you're on. And amazing the number of people have stopped because they see the doors open all the time. And I think that's a really interesting thing. You can look at anything you want without getting hounded by a salesperson who's on your back saying, that's the last one. You got to, buy this now, or it might not be here tomorrow, or rent it now because somebody else is going to rent it.
That's a great technique, because if they were all closed, the people may say, "Oh, I wonder what's over there." If they're
Exactly.
open, that's fantastic, Sheri. Yeah.
Yep.
And not
The
only-
doors are always open. You can
Yep.
stop in, check them out. You got the brochure. Everything's in your hand. You can be there for 4 hours and nobody hounds you.
Right. And
Great.
on a night, not like tonight, but on some warm nights when they don't get closed up, I mean, the TVs are still on and the doors are open. You can go in and sleep and nobody will know you're there until the morning.
Until we come out in the morning.
Speaking about the nights, I see that Uncle Bernie has taken off his bib. He has left the kitchen and he's in the studio. So, Sheri, we'll catch up to you later. Thanks again
Got it.
for always
Thank
being
you.
there for us.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Sheri. And now, ladies and gentlemen,
And now, oops, what did I do?
joining us,
There we go. And now from Nashua, New Hampshire, the world famous Uncle Bernie, the brand ambassador from Campers in RV, and our replacement fill-in whenever John and I decide to take a night off. And John, you're going to probably take some nights off for the Italy trip.
In 2 weeks, we'll be in Italy, both on we
Okay, so
come
you're
and
not
go
going
on
to do
Wednesday nights.
So you're not going to do the 5th or the 12th.
Well, unless they've got the capability to do it on the plane.
Oh, you're flying on the 5th?
Yep. It should be a Wednesday.
And then to be in the, okay, so Bernie, check your calendar and see if you're going to be okay for the 5th
I think
and
it's
the
the 5th.
12th. And let's just see, did I miss anything else? Oh, Don says, if we come when John is there, can we charge the rental to him?
Absolutely. Half price. Don.
Well, you don't
Half
you don't
price.
you don't need him. You don't need him to be there, Don. Just tell Sheri to put it on John's account.
Yeah. And I'll
It's
send
easy.
it to Sagami's account. He's the one with all the money,
Wait, who said that?
not me.
Not you, Uncle Bernie. What have you been up to?
Oh, I had to undo my mic. I was shut off there for a bit. I've been busy, yeah. And I have to say, Sheri is not only very informed at what she does, and she does it very well, but she's also very entertaining too. I just really enjoy listening to her speak. So, but
It's just in the 12th.
yeah, you can put us all on. I don't need to be like isolated here. I'm
Okay.
not like going to pontificate.
So are you saying that she is more entertaining than John and I?
Bernie kind of backed herself
the
into
dynamic of the show when she's on.
Bernie,
Nothing.
See, he's trying to untangle
he's
himself.
trying to untangle.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
I didn't know I was
That's all-
tangled. Like, you give someone a compliment and now you take it as an insult. It happens to me all the time.
That's all the time we have tonight. Join us again next week.
Yeah,
for RVing in New England.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on, Bernie. Well, I prepared a couple of slides for you because
Yeah.
you sent a lot of information over. So we'll put them up and maybe kind of walk through them. All right?
Yeah.
But
But what?
Bernie, it says brand ambassador CIRV. I know what it means, but but tell our audience what it means.
I told the
Camper's
audience.
an RV.
I told the
It
audience.
take up like the whole page, so I kind of shortened it a little.
He's not. See, he doesn't listen to us. I told the audience what it means.
Yeah, I heard you, but
All right.
John's not paying attention. That's okay.
All right.
So,
what do you got
yeah,
here,
gotta-
Bernie?
yeah, I got a couple of things going on here. Obviously, I went to Loudon a couple of weeks ago, and that was a lot of fun, and we got to see AJ Allmendinger and Ben Rhodes. And before that event, I don't know if you had any of those pictures. We actually had a meet and greet in Chichester, and that was just absolutely spectacular.
I don't think you sent him. Here's the other. I don't.
Yeah,
think...
yeah. There's a bunch of others. There was one with Mrs. Allmendinger and Arrow, the son, too. That was a separate picture, and it was just so delightful to meet them. She's really popular on Instagram, and I called her over, and she came right over, shook my hand, and I said, I'm a fan of yours on Instagram. You do such a great thing. You represent like the American way. She's just.
Did you see his crash last week? The car caught on fire, and it was all smoke inside the car. And he had
AJ? No, I did not.
I went out real quick and was laying on the tarmac.
That's right.
He got out quick, but he was he had smoke inhalation. I think.
Oh wow!
You
I hope he's
dazed.
okay.
Bernie, is that him? Is that her down in the bottom right?
The bottom right. No, that's actually Autumn Quinn. She's one of my colleagues, and she's there with Randy Goodwin, who's the product manager for the Campers Inn's own Forest River Westbrook product line. And they were hanging out with me in Hershey, and we had a great old time. And, there's so many wonderful people, and for some reason, I can't remember that couple on the left, but they're actually very popular. I think it's like the Adventure Detour people.
Wait a minute. Is that the bottom left? Can you make that bigger, Bob? I think that's Mike and Susan.
I can't. It is.
Yeah, it is Mike and Susan. You're right. Yeah,
RV blogger. Yeah,
RV blogger. Yeah. They walked right up to me, while I was down there, and it was really fun in Hershey.
Hershey, right?
I got to meet, Matt Foxcroft and all that stuff too. And he called me over. I'm like, hey, how you doing, Matt? Hey, Uncle Bernie, get over. So we had a little chat, and it was, it's just amazing.
You've reached critical mass, Bernie.
Just starting to, yeah. Just starting to get a little bit of people recognizing me. There was a bunch of product managers from different manufacturers that Campers Inn doesn't carry that came right up to me as well, probably trying to plug their product, which, I get it, but at least recognize me.
Who's in the top center and the top right? Who are those?
Oh, top right. Oh, that's Eddie Unger, and that's me. So
That's
I was just he just happened to be in Myrtle Beach when I went by to go visit. Actually, we're in the Conway store, which is about 5 miles, 10 miles east, west of Myrtle Beach.
Tell our fans about Eddie Younger. Great guy, great family.
Yeah, Eddie Younger, his whole family is like an RV family, right? They own some dealerships. I believe, I'm trying to remember which ones, might have been Pennsylvania or something. But at any rate, so he's Eddie Younger Jr. His father is Eddie Younger Sr., who just recently retired from Campers Inn. But he is the director of business services. Like he deals with all the financing and stuff. He trains everybody, and he travels the country taking care of our business department for the company. So he is quite a profound young man, married only a few years ago and has a couple of kids. He's very excited, and he's just one of these most wholesome people you'd ever meet.
Great guy. How about the top center?
Top center, Pat Hines. He is a rep for us for the Keystone Springdale product, and he bumped into me in Hershey as well. So it was a great week, I have to say. It was just so exciting the whole time. And then, of course, I get to meet up with the McCabe's and interview the McCabe's that week as well. I didn't.
Patrice and Kevin with RV There Yet TV. How about the middle? How about the bottom middle? Who you got there?
Bottom middle. That's Daniel Knight. He is the vice president of towable for Campers Inn RV, and he works in that Myrtle Beach area. So he's kind of like a big boss down there, and he's just a very enthusiastic, hardworking guy, just really dedicated to the mission, and he's so, excited about everything. He keeps a cameraman by his side just to make sure that, if he has an idea, he works it out and, gets it ready to post as quick as possible. So
you asked for Mrs. Allmendinger. We aim to please our guest, Bernie.
Yeah, she's one of the most pretty people on the planet. And again, I said, "Hey, Mrs. Allmendinger, how you doing?" And she just came right over and so gracious and so, just congenial the whole time. And we spoke for about 5 or 7 minutes. And then she went back to AJ. And I had some pictures of him just sitting up against the wall holding arrow. And you could just see what was like his mind was going a million miles an hour, like he was going to be on the track real soon. And it was just
important. Yeah,
it was
run around the oval for about 500 miles and then come back home.
Have you met Matt Collig?
I have not.
No. Okay. They started the weather leaf fitter, right?
Leaf filter.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're still sponsoring. Obviously, it makes a lot of sense that they do that. But we're really proud to be a partner with them and sponsor those cars. One for the Thor Motorsports, the Ben Rhodes truck, right. And then the Collie Racing with AJ.
Yeah, and the Thor thing is not Thor RVs, but it's
no, it's not. It's
Thor Racing. Yeah,
Thor Racing. Yeah, and they partner with us with the RV Medic team. So our RV techs go out to all the different races and they help out RVers. And Thor actually pays like the first, I don't know, a few $100s worth of repairs for anybody that asks for it. And then we, try to work out some other stuff after that. So it's a pretty amazing deal that we have working with them and getting good exposure for Campers Inn too.
And they do, they're at a lot of tracks.
That's Larry's deal, right?
Yeah, Larry. Yeah, I think they went to 18 races already this year.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Yeah, they're really all into it.
Here's your second set, Bernie.
All right. So these little things were just made up. And Daniel Knight, who we talked about earlier, he had these branded little stanchions set up. He actually had them made, and he had one for each brand that we were carrying at the Myrtle Beach show. They were really classy. They're about 6 feet wide and about 24 inches tall, and they're beautiful. In the middle there, that pretty little lady is actually Kelly Ayotte, and she was at Loudon, and she was like the grand.
Is she the
Grand
senator?
Marshal? Grand
Senator?
Marshal?
Yeah, she's our governor. Yeah,
Oh, governor. Okay.
yeah, she was like the I don't know. She was the spokesperson at the track, start your engines kind of gal and all that stuff. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, you can't say gentlemen start your engines anymore. It's not politically correct.
No, you
Right,
have to
right.
say gentlemen.
Racers.
Drivers.
Drivers start your engines, right.
Are there any women cup car drivers now?
Yeah, I believe there's definitely at least one. If not two.
I think Holly Degnan is coming back to the Cup Series, and there's a couple in the Xfinity, and I believe there is one woman in the Truck Series now. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll get active in New Hampshire next year, Bernie. You got Scott Brown running for senator. You got John Sununu's son throwing his hat in the ring, and Jean Shanine is retiring. So it'll be a interesting political season up there.
Yeah, very interesting. And Scott Brown has run several times, and I don't know. I mean, he's a popular guy, but I'm not sure, why he never gets elected. But
Let's get elected. What the hell are you talking about? He was a Massachusetts state senator,
right? But he's run in New Hampshire and
he lost.
This is the second time he's run in New Hampshire. Yeah.
He lost to Jean Shaheen, but he's pretty popular. So
yeah. So
he's man of the people. So is that your lovely wife down the left hand?
Yeah.
corner?
So it was a pretty cool weekend there in Conway, and we were at the Eastern Slopes camping area, and it's right on the Saco River. So it's just amazing. I actually have, I did. If you guys look on the Campers Inn RV, on YouTube, you're going to see a couple of video blogs, and one of them is of that camping trip on Columbus Day weekend. So I put together something pretty nice. It's very kind of almost artistic because the colors were so brilliant and beautiful while we're up there. So I took advantage of that.
So I got your video. I'll play that afterwards. Who's over there with you on the bottom right?
Oh, okay. So now I'm in Myrtle Beach, and I'm just talking to these lovely folks, and we're getting at it a little bit. And I said, "Well, where you from?" He said, "Well, we're from New Hampshire, but we actually met one of your colleagues down at the Tampa show a couple years ago and bought a Gretsch from him." I'm like, "Well, who's that?" And they said, "Darren Wilder." I'm like, "Oh, Darren, how I know him. We're good friends. I've done several videos with him." So I took a picture of his customers and I sent it to him. But they're just wonderful people, and they were really nice to talk to. So
that's great. So what you want to tee up the video you sent me, Bernie?
Yeah, it was when we got to the campground on Friday afternoon. It was pretty quiet.
What did you have? What were you camping with?
You'll see it in a little bit. It's a small Imagine AIM, and I tow it with my Jeep Grand Cherokee, and it tows like a charm.
Imagine, okay, grand design.
Yeah, it's 8 feet wide. It's very tall, but it's not that long. It's only about 19 feet all or 20 feet all in with the hitch. Yeah, but it's a Murphy bed setup. It's really nice. At any rate,
let me pop it up here.
Couldn't take it to Tiffin?
42 seconds. So then we'll come back and
we'll chat about it. Yep.
All right.
Kind of quiet here on Friday night, but there are some other campers on the outskirts and more open areas, like down in that area a little bit. You can hear the chatter of children, crackling of fires. We're going to keep it. We're going to try to be very conscious of the drought that's going on in this area, so we're not going to be lighting a fire, but we appreciate the folks that do, as long as they keep a close eye on it. Yeah, it was a very much. I was kind of, you know, trying to be like John DePietro, just kind of winging it, and
It looked like a nice,
It
serene.
looked longer than 19 feet. It looked longer than 19 feet.
no, it isn't. It's but it's so roomy inside because it's a full 8-footer wide. A lot of those small campers are only 6.5 feet wide, the smaller ones. But mine's the full height, so you walk in there and it's like 82 inches tall inside. And but yeah, no, we love it. It's a Murphy bed. It's my camper, so I'm not borrowing one of Campers Inn's campers. I'm using my own. Yeah.
Spent your own hard-earned money for it, right,
That's
Bernie?
right.
So what do
Did I
you
ever
got?
tell you the story about how I bought that? Came in used, right? It was only a year old, and
You did buy it at Campers Inn.
I bought it at Campers Inn, and customers were asking me for something kind of small, and they gave me a description, and I went in there with them, and I started showing it to them, and they said, well, you can't get around that one side of the bed when the bed is down, so that's not something that we want. So okay, no problem. But I was so in love with it, I ended up calling GMA from work and said, I think I just sold myself a camper. I was giving these people such a profound demonstration, and the condition was meticulous. And she said, really? And I sent her some pictures, and then the next day she came down and looked at it, and then we bought it. Yeah.
How many times you had it out?
The salesman, Bernie.
Yeah. What's that?
How many times have you had it out?
Well, I didn't get to take it out last year, and there was a little mishap that happened in the yard. The tanks were still full, and I asked the tractor driver to move it to dump the tanks into our dump station, and he didn't latch the ball on, and he went over a bump, and the thing popped off. And when the camper popped off, he just instinctively hit the brakes, and the camper slid in and smashed into the tractor and put a big gouge in the front cap. And so they had to replace the front metal up there. And that took a little while because they sent the wrong one and all kinds of ballyhoo. But
that never happens, Bernie.
It always happens, right? And so I had a good story to tell customers after that, to let them know, like, things do happen. And when they do, we take it in stride and we make it right, So at any rate,
we got about
I went 5 times, John, this year.
Yeah. 3 minutes left. So what do you got coming up in the next month or two? Your travels or things that you're going to be doing videos on?
Well, I'm going to keep it in New England for a little while because I haven't been to the stores locally as much as I'd like to. So I'm going to spend as much time, visiting Raynham and Chichester and Kingston and Union. And you know what? We're going to be opening up a new store.
I know.
In New England in like January or February. And that's in Milford, Massachusetts. So we're very excited about that.
Where's that going to be?
I don't have the address on me. I haven't.
It's on. It's either on 40 near the intersection of 16 or 16 near the intersection of 40.
140.
It's you probably know it, John, because it's where Steve Flagg used to store his rental units.
Can't think of that. And then you got the big one coming in Florida, in Tampa.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's still not official yet because the closing hasn't happened. But odds are, everyone's saying all systems go for us to acquire the largest dealership in the world. So I'm very excited about that. I'm excited about the potential of Campers Inn RV. Is never been greater. And this is
you can say the name. It's a letter of intent.
Yeah, I mean it's all over the news. It's Lazy Days. Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I haven't been there. No.
It's unbelievable.
And there's a full campground that's going to be opening up. I guess it was closed, but we're reopening it.
I think Jeff's going to open it up. I wonder if he's going to go back to when they used to give free meals to everybody at lunch and dinner. Anybody that came into the dealership just hopped over to the hall and help themselves to
We
a
had a
free
giant cafeteria in there.
Yeah.
Well, now I know what my next job's going to be, right?
Cooking.
Hey, Bernie, this may be the time for you and May to move to Florida.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
could use Lazy Days as your headquarters and visit the bar.
I'll never run out of units to take videos of, that's for sure.
That's
No,
for
not
sure.
down there.
All right, we are, man, what a fast.
Wow.
Bernie,
was
thank
quick.
you for joining us, sir.
I can't
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
I can't believe that, it was that fast. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you, Sheri. Thank you, all our fans who, as I said last week, 26,000, close to 200 videos and see it.
It was all because of the guests, Bernie. We don't want to put pressure on you, but you better start pumping this video out.
Oh yeah, I was traveling last week. It's the only reason I didn't get a chance to see it. So
All right, and
Great job.
one more request for all you wonderful people: like and share the program. Let all your friends know about RVing in New England, and we will see you next Wednesday night.
See y'all.
good night.